What's good, everybody? This is Spillboy, and you're now watching NBA 2K TV.
We are back with another episode of NBA 2K TV.
And your first top plays of the season.
That is right. Top plays are back, and we've made things a little bit more intense this season. Instead of 4 plays a week, it's a head-to-head vote for the top play of the week.
So let's get to it. Here are your top 2 plays of 2K25 so far. Which is best? You decide.
Hello, everyone! I'm Scott Moak, your public address announcer for the Sacramento Kings, and it's time for Top Plays. Now, in Season 11 of 2K TV, we're turning Top Plays on its head by making it a head-to-head competition. Here are your 2 finalists for Top Play of the Week. Your first option of NBA 2K25, sent in by OpJames2K in the rec, runs out on transition, collects the ball, and immediately sends up the alley-oop. Pass first, ask questions later. Quick thinking in Season 1, but is it enough to get it done? Let's check out Profit 2X in the Pro-Am on the verge of a game winner. Here comes the first double lob sent in from 2K25, calling their shot as a possible Top Play of the Year winner.
No, that's Clip of the Year, bro.
Your first vote is now. Select your 2K TV Top Play of the Week. Send in your best plays with the hashtag 2KTVWow because we're always on the lookout. This was fun. Let's do it again next week.
If you're like me, you're making a lot of MyPLAYER builds, and in NBA 2K25, we can always use some good advice. Joining us today is Spillboy 2K, who's been labbing it up out there and finding the right methods to the madness. Spill, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Honestly, a pleasure to be on 2K TV. Like, this is a pretty epic experience. Just want to say thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you on the show today. So let's get right into it. Let's talk the MyPLAYER builder. What is your favorite thing about the builder thus far in NBA 2K25?
Honestly, there's so many new features with the builder this year in terms of cap breakers and the max plus ones. Like, I feel like there's so many ways to make super unique builds and different ways to craft it for your play style. I think it's really cool.
Now, we're a couple of weeks into NBA 2K25, so let's start out with advice for new players looking to make a build. What advice would you give new players?
One of my favorite things to do when making any build, when it comes to centers or any build, is to check the attribute weights for each height. So each height has their own specific, unique attribute weighting, so you can get a lot of pass accuracy on taller builds, 6'9" and up, because it's so much cheaper than a lot of the other builds. Also, like 6'8" and 6'9", the driving dunk is a lot cheaper than it is on all the other build heights. So if you want to make a dunking build, a 6'8" or a 6'9" is a good height to start with. When it comes to guards this year, I think the small guards have so many attributes to work with. So if you're making a guard that's like 6'4" or shorter, 6'3", 6'2", those are all good short guard heights. You know, going 6'5" and up, you have a little less attributes when it comes to making a more well-rounded build. When you're making a guard, I think 6'4" and below is probably a good place to start.
Let's talk about your favorite build that you've made so far. You mentioned that you made a 6'5" sharpshooter. As a fellow 6'5", well, self-proclaimed sharpshooter, I really like shooting the 3. So talk about your build.
So this is my 6'5" shooting guard build. I went with a 6'7" wingspan. This is going to get me the 96 3-point shot. And basically, this is like just a super well-rounded 6'5". I know it's saying for guards, you might want to go shorter to get more attributes, and that's definitely true. But I wanted to go 6'5" to get the different wing jumpers and the different wing animations that come with it. I like to have the dunk, right? So I went with an 85. This is going to give me elite alley-oops. Standing dunk is always good to have. Generally costs nothing on these shorter builds. So I like to go with 45 to get some basic standing dunk packages. Next, I went with a 93 3-point, right? This is going to get you the gold limitless range, which I intend on using 3 cap breakers here, which is going to get me to Hall of Fame, and then max plus 1 that to legend. So this build is really going to have Legend Limitless range at its full potential. So that's what I'm most excited about as soon as I hit starter 3 and get those cap breakers. 71 pass accuracy for Silver Dimer. I will say, out of all the attributes on this build, this is maybe the only thing I'd like to have just a little bit higher. But with the 86 ball handle though, like you're going to get some great sigs. You're going to be able to move 75 speed with ball. You get the good dribble styles. Like Zach LaVine is the one I'm using now. That's working really well for me. I happen to put a good amount of defense on here. So I got silver on ball menace. I got, 91 steal for gold glove, but I put the 92 on there because with a 92 steal, I'm going to put the other 2 cap breakers there to get Hall of Fame interceptor. So I really made this build. I designed it with cap breakers in mind. I never like to slack on the physicals. So 85 speed, 80 agility, even have some strength on the sharpshooter build. So, it's very well-rounded overall. And honestly, this is definitely my favorite build so far.
Now you mentioned something about cap breakers. Talk about the importance of what cap breakers are and how to keep those in mind when maybe making a new build once you hit Rebirth, for example.
Yeah, so cap breakers this year is going to be a real game changer for a lot of builds if you make them with cap breakers in mind. So just as an example here, right? I have 5 cap breakers, right? I'm at a 93 mid-range. Do you see how much the overall goes up when I just put 5 more into my mid-range and the 3-point goes up with it? Like that's 9 overall points right there, right? But instead, I'll go down to a 93. I'll get my Hall of Fame set shot specialist. I get my gold Deadeye. If I plan for those cap breakers, like that's 9 overall points that I'm saving. You can get a lot of value out of your builds if you plan on using your cap breakers when you hit starter 3.
And you mentioned badges. How important is it to either spread out those badges or focus on one or a few?
I actually made a very well-rounded build here. Let me bring this one up.
Okay.
He's prepared for everything.
Yeah, so with this year in 2K25, it's going to be tough to get a lot of Hall of Fame and Legend badges on your build at one time. So that's why I say target maybe a Hall of Fame badge or a gold badge that you want to use your max +1 on. As you can see, almost everything's 85, speed, agility, strength, but I don't have many Hall of Fame badges. I got a few golds in there, but I don't have many Hall of Fames. I don't have any legends. That's why these max +1s and the badge elevators and everything that you get this year with the new badge perks are so important because you can make a build with lower attributes and still get those high-end badge levels.
And of course, as fans progress in the season pass at level 40, you can get badge elevators. How important are those to making a build?
So badge elevators are almost like your floor setters from last year. And typically you want to put them on your best badges first, I think. That way you can get out there and have some fun with the best badge levels possible right off the rip.
And in NBA 2K25, new this year, when you rebirth, you will actually rebirth at the same overall as your highest build. So when should a player rebirth a build? What level do you think is appropriate for that?
I don't like grinding from 90 overall. So I think that's an exceptional feature that they added this year. I'm very happy they did that. And I've been grinding my build out. I got him to a 95 right now. And I think honestly, a 95 is a good bet to rebirth your next player because you can almost get everything on that build. You can progress everything almost to its max level.
Do you have any general tips for people who are making builds in the MyPLAYER builder?
Yeah, so I think if you're a new player, you probably want to try small forward or power forward position. It's a little low pressure, but you're still asked to do a good amount for the team. Like rebound, you're going to be asked to box out, hit your open shots, play some good defense. And it's a little low pressure as opposed to a point guard or center.
Chris wants me to be a center for our Team 2K TV, but you're saying that I should be a small forward or...
Bigs are generally a little bit easier to play. I would say power forward maybe for you. I think that's a good bet.
I could see you running as a defending power forward.
Defensive slot.
Plus, as you probably know, Spill, all the point guards get yelled at by their teammates. You've done it. Don't lie to yourself.
It gets bad out there sometimes. I get frustrated, but hey, that's how the game goes. You take the good with the bad, but...
Last thing for you, rhythm shooting or button shooting?
I like rhythm shooting. I'm a rhythm shooting guy. I've been converted. I use both though. I think tight windows, you shoot with the button, open shots, shoot with rhythm shooting, and you'll be good. You might see your percentages skyrocket.
Those tips were awesome. It was really cool to see your builds. I hope everyone out there was listening and learning just like we were. Thank you so much, Spill, for coming on 2K TV with us today. We hope that you are enjoying 2K25, and we can't wait to see you out there. I'm
loving it. Thank you guys so much for having me. Peace.
And for more on Rebirth, check out this fast break. The perfect build for NBA 2K25 can be an adventure, and you might change your mind about what you want once you're on the court.
Luckily, the Rebirth quest gives you the chance to jumpstart new builds. Go find Ronnie 2K in the city, and the quest will be automatically completed when you reach a 90 overall rating.
All new builds from that point have the option to start at 90 overall or higher as you reach those levels. And with that new build, all of your badges will start off at silver, giving you an edge in testing out the perfect player going forward.
Need more defense? Not fast enough? Rebirth is an awesome way to make minor tweaks to a build you do like, or go a completely different direction and make a completely new player. Find what works for you and become a more effective player quicker than ever.
Enjoy that builder, go out there, get reborn, and find that unstoppable build in NBA 2K25.
Hey there, I'm Mike Wang, Gameplay Director for NBA 2K. Today we have another installment of Expert Tips, and we're focusing on some new badges for NBA 2K25. First off, you've probably noticed the newest badge tier in the game. Legendary badges are a step above Hall of Fame, and will work wonders for your MyPLAYER. You'll need a 98 or 99 overall to reach this tier, but trust me, it's worth it. If you're an outside shooter, there are two badges I'd recommend trying to get as high as possible. If you're a corner sitter or like to work off ball getting open for catch and shoot shots, you'll definitely want Set Shot Specialist. But if you're more of a shot creator and like to work off the dribble, shooting pull-ups, step backs, or the new signature go-to shots, try and level up Shifty Shooter. For athletic shot blockers, High Flying Denier is a great badge for you. This new badge is a revamp of Chase Down Artist, and it raises the chances of getting blocks when you're chasing down layups or dunks or coming from the weak side to challenge shots. Paint Patroller is a must-have for any big who wants to lock down the paint, as it will help you send away weak shots at the rim and also give you a big boost to defending contact shots in the paint. But maybe your strong suit is dishing the rock. If that's the case, Versatile Visionary is calling your name. This boosts the chances of successfully making high-risk passes, creative dimes, and alley-oop lobs. This will turn the good passers into great passers, and the great passers into phenomenal passers. What about the players that want to bring Kyrie Irving to my career? Well, you can bring flashes of him with the new Layup Mixmaster badge. This will allow you to make advanced layups at a high rate. Think of it as 2K24's Acrobat, Scooper, Bunny, Spin Cycle, and Two-Step badges all rolled up into one. With so many new badges in NBA 2K25, it's important to find the ones that contribute most to your style of play. So get out there and get some wins.
How's your shooting going out there? If you're like me, you could probably use some pointers.
Well, don't fret because Mike Wang will be back next week with more tips straight from the expert on shooting.
We could all use them, Alexis. We could all use them. So check back here Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific for those tips.
Until then, enjoy the game.